Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I am so excited to share this conversation with you today because joining me, we have Miss Christina, who is a fabulous mom, wonderful entrepreneur, and one of my high performance coaching clients through my program. So, here at Wellness Recreation 360 Incorporated, we are all about empowering individuals to unlock their higher potential through high performance living, which is all about balancing your success with your well being and strong, positive relationships. And today's guest definitely embodies all of those things. And she gets to talk about her journey and share with you today things that she's learned and how she's incorporated high performance living and the program into her daily life. So, thank you so much, Christina, for being here. I can't wait to dive into this conversation and let you share about your journey. So, let's just start with just share a little bit about yourself and maybe a little about your background.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I have two children. They are the light of my life. My little family is everything to me. I have a new puppy, which I can hear in the background. She's playing with a toy. She is definitely the light of our life as well. I am working on doing some speaking, um, really championing for mental health and advocating for just people to reach their best potential, which I believe everybody has just something great to offer.
Absolutely. I love that. That's one of the things I love most about you is that you have this heart of gold where you're always wanting to help other people and in that do the internal work for yourself so that you can grow and you can go out and just help and save the world. I love it.
Thank you. There was this quote I saw the other day, and it was something like, to help others, you really have to be able to first be able to help yourself. So to help others, being right with yourself so that you can be able to be there for others. I thought that was really important.
I love that. And, I know that you hear me say this all the time, but I'll just share with everyone too that, that's the most important thing is being able to show up for yourself and do the work for you so that you can show up for others.
Mhm.
And what's beautiful about that quote is that it embodies everything that I know that you have continued to work on and are continuing to strive working on. And because I know it's so important for you to connect with and help other people.
Absolutely. I think we're all meant to be here on this planet for a reason, and I know that that's something that speaks to me. I know that that's part of why I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And this actually leads me to my next question, which I feel like is a great segue because you signed up to do the core principles of high performance program. And there is something about the way that you just felt like, okay, this is what I needed in my life right now. And I'm jumping in, I'm going full speed ahead. And I remember you saying that this is the right time and this is something that I need in my life right now. So, what inspired you to join the program?
I knew that I had been working on myself, and these principles would help me to be the best version of myself I could be. And I truly believe that they gave me skills that I didn't have before. And I see them working in my day every single day. So it's been a wonderful journey and the best coach I could ever ask for.
Thank you. Oh, that fills my heart up so, so much. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you, Christina. What do you feel like were some challenges that you were facing before you started the program and maybe how they impacted your life?
Mm. When I felt overwhelmed, I feel like I just would just stop everything I was doing. So overwhelmed, I'm just going to kind of um, not not do anything. But now I see even I can give an example of yesterday. I just felt like that day wasn't things weren't going the way they should be. My car wasn't starting and I just had these things going on that really affected me and I knew right away like I needed to do my self-care. I needed to do meditation. I knew all these tools, but I think having done this program, I can absolutely use these tools and it's easier for me to use these tools. So yesterday I felt so good. I took a moment and made some tea and had like a nice muffin with it and enjoyed that. Took a nice deep breath, did some meditation yesterday and regroup. And here I am today.
I love that. You mentioned that you feel like you knew a lot of these tools beforehand. And I feel like that's often the case, right? We kind of know what to do, but when it comes to putting the pedal to the metal, so many of us, we just forget. And it's like, we revert back to old habits or just kind of do what we typically do. What do you feel like made it easier for you to use these tools versus just knowing them and having them in your back pocket?
I know the difference that it makes now to be
Mm.
able to use the tools. So I can see that I'm a better me when I use my tools, which is great.
Do you mind if I share the quote that kind of sparked what you just said? Or do you
Sure.
want to share it?
I
The
don't know if you,
So at one point in the program, it was early on. I don't remember exactly which session it was, but it was early on, and you said, "I want to be the best me I can be."
Mm, yeah, absolutely. And that stayed with me throughout the whole journey. And I still say it to this day. Um, I think that's so important. How can I be the best me I can be instead of getting down on yourself. It's like, okay, you have these things to offer, you have skills, and how can I make those skills, how can I incorporate them to be the best me I can be?
I love that. And I was going to ask a follow-up question and say, what continues to drive that, but you already answered it. And I think for, the person out there, maybe even your former self who needed to hear this, and for the person out there that's maybe struggling with this, what would you say to that person to help them be the best them that they can be?
Um, I think I'm an overthinker and I will, I tend to um, get down on myself. And so really thinking about those positive quotes are so important. Yeah, like thinking like, okay, this is who I am. This is what I have to offer, which is not something I would have thought of before. This is who I am. This is what I have to offer. And this is how I can contribute to the world.
Mm.
And how am I going to do that? I'm going to use my coping skills. I'm going to use the things I know are going to help me. And that's how I've been able to kind of change my mindset.
Yeah, so powerful. And even just that little perspective change, it just, I mean, it can do a whole 180 and just change your entire life just by changing a few words and having a little bit of a perspective shift.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, what kind of goals do you feel like you achieved throughout this journey?
Really being accountable for the things that I say I'm going to do.
Mm.
Much, much, much easier for me. Being able to um, put a date to the things that I would like to accomplish. So making a schedule and feeling really good about that schedule. The coping skills have
Mhm.
been like amazing. Um, yeah, I'm sure there's so much more. I just can't think of everything right now.
I think you hit some really key ones that I know even from the get-go were things that you want to work on, time management and just that work-life balance, right? You know, managing stuff at the home
Mhm.
and stuff at the family and managing career stuff and growth stuff and being able to have a balance there to where you weren't feeling like overwhelmed and shut down and oh gosh, what do I do next? Because I have this entire list in front of me.
I think you're absolutely right with that. And knowing that it's okay to to kind of block out those times too, and to put yourself first is not selfish. It actually is beneficial for everybody you come in contact with. So that was a huge learning experience for me, for sure.
And so often we hear that that misconception that like the self-care is selfish, right? And being able to take time for yourself, especially as a mom and as a woman, you know, there's these high expectations I feel like we put on ourselves where we feel like we have to be up here all the time and perform at our best. And sometimes performing at your best means taking time for yourself to do the things that are important and necessary for you so that you can regroup and be able to show up with that full force of amazing wholeheartedness.
It makes me think of um, yoga has been such a big part of my journey throughout this last year. And just knowing that, sitting on that mat, maybe giving myself 10 extra minutes before class starts, and just being there with myself, doing the class and ending off. It is the best feeling, and it gives me that feeling of being able to continue on in the best way possible for that week.
I love that. Yoga, I know for you, was and still is, I would say like a life pillar, a life force for you to stay grounded, stay connected, stay centered. And I know that you were doing yoga before we met, but what caused you to really shine a spotlight specifically on yoga? What was important about that?
I actually took yoga training, and it just opened my eyes and opened the doors. I had the best teacher. She was fantastic and really guided us to see what yoga can be. And so that incorporated with your coaching was just like it just hit. And yeah, you're right. I really did like yoga, but it's something that is a part of me now.
Yeah. Yeah. And now it's like not even a question. It's something that is a high priority that must be done in your day and your week and, you know, wherever it is that you're feeling times of stress. Like you use that as a really strong anchor and coping mechanism to continue to move forward.
Sometimes I'm not able to I don't live right where the yoga studio is. And so maybe I get to go to the yoga studio once or twice a week if I'm lucky. But being able to even be here and do some stretches and things like that is beneficial as well. So like I know enough to incorporate that into my life as often as I need to.
Yeah. What do you think that shift was for you that really helped you to recognize that importance of that true self-care and just showing up for yourself?
I just saw that I could be a better me,
Mm.
having that self-care. So it became something, like you said, that is necessary. It's a necessary thing to do, and yeah, it helps to make you a better person for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. So thinking about your journey and our really our journey together, can you share a specific breakthrough that maybe it was a moment or something that you went through, a milestone perhaps that you achieved during the program?
I remember many.
All
Um,
right, I love it.
Often during our discussions, there would be aha moments, and it was
Mhm.
like, aha, right? I'm trying to think of a specific one, but it was a continual aha moment. Um, I would say that I didn't see things. It changed my perspective. I didn't see things in certain light. And then I would do the coaching with you, and it was like it all came together. It all made sense. And so I felt that over and over and over again. And so, yeah, I would say there was many aha moments.
Yeah, I always loved when you had these aha moments because you could just see the light bulbs go off and it was like something that you captured and grabbed onto that was so important and it was like a core crucial sometimes it was a barrier, sometimes it was a challenge, sometimes it was just a, oh, this is how I can use this to move forward with this little perspective change, this little thought, this little aha moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For sure.
Yeah, I love that. What would you say, this experience in the program, how do you feel like it's impacted your relationships?
I think, um, hmm, that's a really good question. I think it comes back to in my head, the first thing I think of is just being that better me to be a better person for someone else. Um, I just see things in a different light, and that just impacts everybody around me. Um, you know, things like doing special things like my family dinners and card games and things like that that I think have really been such a big uh, thing for me. And especially during this, my husband noticed that and mentioned it a couple weeks ago. Like, I
Mm.
see we're really doing all of these dinners and the cards and, all of these things that are impactful and that I'm able to do more. I'm actually able to do more than what I was with having my self-care.
Isn't that so interesting? It just opens, it's like the floodgates open and all this amazing stuff just comes pouring out. And you're like, wow, this is how life can be? This is kind of awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What would you say, how this experience, this program, how has that impacted your career? And if you want to share a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey and your everything that you're developing.
So I think really throughout this journey, I have been able to be more self-aware. So taking those things that I think I knew in the background, mental health things and kind of like really looking at them and seeing like, okay, this is where I'm at here. This is where I'm at here. And so self-awareness. And then from that self-awareness, realizing that um, you're just so much more than a diagnosis.
Mm.
Um, and really going back to who I want to be, and that's empowering people to be their best they can be. So I think that was really crucial for me is being able to be self-aware. And I know this coaching was what did it for me, that I was able to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just love the overall well-being that you've really established healthy, positive habits in your life that have carried you forward, not only in your personal life, but it's trickled out to your family, to the programs that you're building and the things that you want to do, the milestones that you want to reach, and things that you've really just set out to conquer and actually conquered them. Not letting yourself hold yourself back anymore and say, "Ooh, I'm afraid of failure or rejection or feeling like I might not be able to do this." And instead, you're like, "Nope, full force ahead. We are doing this."
I think Heather is very good at really building you up to know that yes, you can do it. Believe in yourself that you can do it. So things like starting my own YouTube channel, like I don't know, it just took me forever. And it was like, you can do it. You really can. And really that guidance and extra oomph that Heather gives, like, that you got this and you're doing it and believe in yourself. And so, yeah, to be able to put those things out there into the world and do the things that I love, like really from the heart. Um, I would have not been where I am without having this coaching, for sure.
I love just seeing the empowered feelings that you have and the momentum that you've captured and driven full force. I mean, you took advantage of every moment in this program and it did not stop there. That's the amazing thing about this journey for you and being able to experience this both alongside with you and from a bird's eye view. Because that momentum, and I could just see where it's going to continue to blossom and grow.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I think it helps when you have someone who really believes in you. And I think that's something that was offered to me again and again and again. And what a difference that makes, for
Mhm.
sure.
I love that. Thank you. That means a heck of a lot. So, what do you feel like high performance living means to you now, now that you've gone through the program and have all these incredible skills and strategies?
Continuing on with those strategies, sometimes, I know that it'll take me 10 minutes to do my mindfulness in the morning um, and kind of go with that. And sometimes, your brain still is like, oh, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do something else. And then, it's like, if you do that something else, your day's not going to go the same way that it would if you took that 10 minutes to do your mindfulness. So I find every time I do that mindfulness, from beginning of mindfulness to the end is just, it just makes my day. It really does. So being able to know the skills, have the skills, know that I'm worth it,
Mm.
um, and that I can accomplish my goals, uh, is huge. I think that's one of the biggest things is I really felt like there was a lot of things I wanted to do, but I felt stuck. I felt like I couldn't accomplish these goals. And now I feel like I can do it. I can do it.
Can you give us an example of one of the milestones you were really wanting to do for a long time and you just blew down and conquered that?
I I think I said from the very beginning, I want to be a speaker.
You sure
I
did.
really want to be able to speak and share just from my heart and what I have to give. And that was just it. I wanted to do it, but I just couldn't make myself get there, and I didn't have um, I just didn't have the tools that I needed to get to that point. And so, a huge milestone was to be able to submit a couple proposals for speaking. Um, I remember, and Heather was such a good resource for me to be able to make that happen. And I remember filling in the proposal, and I had gone through it with you, and you were like, "Yeah, it's great," and
Mhm.
um, doing the proposal, pressing that button, and sending, and it was like, I I did this. I can't believe I did this. I did this, and so that's a huge milestone. Huge.
What was that? What was that feeling like? I mean, I can see it on your face and hear it in your voice, but what did that feel like when you hit that submit button?
Mm. It's hard to put into words how that felt because it's just something that has been on my heart for so long.
Mhm.
Um, so the sense of um, accomplishment and that I was able to get to a place to do that is kind of beyond words. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the exact word that I was thinking of, that a sense of accomplishment. What do you
Mm.
feel like that sense of accomplishment, what does that do for a person? Why is that important?
It's so important. I think that's how we continue to believe in ourselves and um, continue to move forward.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's all about those building blocks and continuing to just put one step in front of the other, no matter how hard it might seem or how scary it might feel, and just having the courage and the confidence to just do it anyway, and have the wherewithal to know that, you know what, it's going to be okay because I've got my own back. And in times where I need a little extra help, I can summon so many other people of support around me. You know, those are those positive, strong relationships, right? Your family is like your pillar, your yoga mentor, another important person in your life that's really been a huge support to you. And when you have those really strong, nurtured, and healthy relationships around you, you know, I mean, they say it takes a village to raise kids. And, you know, I know as a fellow mom, you very much know this, right? But, you know, I think it's even more than that. I feel like it takes a village just to live. I think
Yes.
we need so much support and love around us and help, you know, and it's okay to have that help. We need it.
Mm. And I think, when we hit what we should be that adult stage, we should have it all together and figure it out. And sometimes that just, you're figuring yourself out as you're raising kids. And so I think this is for sure where I have felt the most me. I know who I am. And the coaching has offered that for me, for sure.
I love that. That's phenomenal. I mean, truly, just not even enough words to describe how amazing the transformation that you've really set out for yourself. And like I said, I know you're not done. I know that this momentum is going to continue to snowball and build, and we get to all continue to see it blossom. What do you feel like, what do you feel like you're going to continue to do to grow and thrive in the future with all these skill sets that you have now and strategies that you have?
I don't know why, but the word humility comes up.
Mm.
So, um, knowing that I have these skill sets, but also that I have so much more to learn, and um, how grateful I am to to kind of know um, that I have so much more to learn, right? Like I'm learning every day, and I feel like that it's so much more empowering to come home and to learn. I've learned this now, and I've learned this now, and to be able to take that and just add those things to again become more wise. I think with wisdom comes humility, and yeah.
So beautifully and very, very well said. You know, and just hearing you talk about the gratitude part and the things that you've learned and how much wisdom, I mean, you've had so much wisdom within you and the experiences that you've had and just being able to learn from those experiences and grow from them, you know, the impact that people have had on your life and you've in turn had on other people's lives. It's just, it's amazing to hear you put into words how empowered you feel around that.
Mm, absolutely.
What advice would you give someone who is maybe considering the program or just hearing about this program for the very first time? What advice would you give them?
Do it. It's it's worth every single cent. It has been one of the best things I've ever done in my life. And you will not regret it. You will grow, and you will be able to see yourself more clearly, I think. And yeah, I think hand to heart, um, that's what I've been able to do with you. So just do it. It's great.
Oh, I love that so, so much. That means the absolute world to me, Christina. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
Thank you, friend. Okay, thinking about your journey of growth, and I know you're not done, but thinking about your journey of growth in either one phrase or one word, what would that be?
Mm, think I've learned that I can overcome obstacles. So I can be um, more resilient. I can, things aren't the end of the world that you would think is the end of the world anymore. Um, and I guess just learning again, like who I truly am. Yeah.
That person has definitely always been there. It's just hiding a little bit under a few layers of blankets, but just showing now.
I remember you saying that at the beginning. We just need to peel back those layers. And yeah, I think that's where I was for sure. I remember our very first session, and um, I just knew right away that this was going to work, and that it was going to be so beneficial. Um, and so I could see what you could offer.
Mm,
And just seeing where I was from that point to where I am now, where I just felt like I could get there. I don't know how, but I could get there to this point where I'm like, where I'm making those things happen. There's not words that can describe how that feels.
mm. I can't stop smiling because you've broken through so many barriers, things that definitely parts that have held you back your entire life and things that used to be so scary and so big. And now you look at that through these eyes of so much wisdom and so much growth. And you look at that now and you kind of laugh about it. You're like, "Pff, whatever, get out of here, fear. You don't serve anything in my day anymore."
Mhm. I think I was saying this to my instructor at the university, but um I think that was something I always wanted to do was go to university. I think I remember talking to you about that, and that I just never thought that that was going to be possible. I'm too old, this and that, and um, to go to university and to go for something that matters so much to me. Um, I every single time I walk through those halls,
Mm,
every single time, I'm so grateful.
yeah,
So just another huge thing that I've been able to accomplish.
yeah, yeah. What an amazing, truly incredible journey you've been on and just continue to go on and blossom not only for yourself, but you and I both know that you have a mission to serve and help other people, and you are going to kick some major butt in doing so because there is just no stopping you, Christina.
I I know I will work from the heart. I will always work from the heart.
Absolutely. So if people want to follow you on your YouTube journey, where can they find you?
Hand to Heart Healing on YouTube. Um, you'll find some fun things, get to know my little puppy a little bit better. And really kind of, I've gone through some of the things with my own journey, which has been really great. So I think you would really enjoy that.
Awesome. Hand to Heart Healing. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow because you get to continue to watch Christina's journey. It's just been amazing, and I know it's going to continue to be even more incredible.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you so much for taking the time to be on here today and just share some of your story. I feel like we all have something important to share, and there's an amazing story in all of us. So thank you so much for just having the courage and the bravery to share your story and hopefully reach out to someone that maybe has something similar going on or something that some part of their similar journey that they can relate to you and hopefully you've given them some tools and some wisdom to empower them also to um, bring their hand to their heart and live a little bit more authentically.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for your time and thank you for this program. Thank you for being you.
Thank you, Christina. Mm. I am so filled with so much love and so much appreciation. It's just incredible. So if you are interested in applying for this program like Christina did, it is on my website at wellnessrecreation360.com, and there is a little apply button at the top and a place where you can learn even more about the 12-week transformational journey under programs. So any other questions that you have, feel free to message me or email me as needed. All right, Christina. Well, thank you so, so much. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And as always, just everyone, keep striving for balance, for growth, and living your best 360 life.